Now this part took me a little bit of work to get done, a little bit of finagling. But I've got my 3 bolts, and I've got the nuts on them plus a lock nut. And I used you can see the blue right there, the blue Loctite. Now that's on this side. I've made sure that my crank will go all the way around. When we look on the other side, I'm just going to lift this up here. These are the 3 grade 8, not grade 5, but grade 8 bolts I had to put in. I used a washer on the bottom of them. The reason I did that is because I'm going to be sealing these with JB Weld on each side. I'll seal here, here, and here. And if I ever need to go to take this off again, I won't have to dig the bolt head out. I found that the JB Weld work really well for sealing the airtight channel because it's these are 3 direct holes from the crankcase right here, and they just cannot be there like that at all. So these are in. This top one here I had to do a little bit of adjusting on, the back one anyway. I had to make the inner part of the bolt a little bit thinner to make it work right. And the next step is to take either my carb cleaner or my brake cleaner, which I think I'll use, and I'll go over this really well and get out any bits of grease or oil that's on the fingertips or anything that I've been playing with before I put the JB Weld in, because the JB Weld is going to seal the whole thing up. And I'll do the same thing with, isn't that cool, the other side. You can see right here that the weights are off center just a little tiny bit. Well, I knew that was going to happen, so what I'm going to do now that I have it all locked up is I'm going to take my little puller tool. I'm going to pull this crankshaft over just a tiny bit just to make sure that this is perfectly lined up. The what do they call it, con rod or whatever, it's perfectly lined up. It's very, very close, but to this gap right here. Over here, I'm going to take my Q-tips over here. And what I'll do is I'll put the brake clean on it. I'll go in here and I'll get all the little bit of contamination and everything that's out of there. Right here and right here, the second one, and right here. I kind of feel like a dentist. I should be making 85 bucks an hour doing this crap. You have it rotten bicuspid. And then I'll fill these in with JB Weld so that the area right down in here will not leak anything. Now the one reason I like to keep all these 3 areas really clean is because if I start to see a dirt buildup or a buildup of, like you can see in here, a little bit of this is part belt and part a little bit of, what do they call it, oil. If I see any kind of oil coming out of here, here, or here, I know that I've got a leak in my case, and that is going to not work very well. So that's the next step. Okay,